Good morning, dear children. I welcome you all to a new class in physics today. If you remember, children, we have already had a class in which I introduced the concept of reflection of light to you along with the different terms which I defined for you. We also did the laws of reflection, and if you remember, we differentiated between a regular and irregular reflection and also between a real and a virtual image. Now today's class is very important, children. Why? Because it is a diagram based class. I am going to teach you how to draw some important diagrams related to a plane mirror. And if you remember, children, I have already told you in advance that you are going to sit with your notebooks, drawing material, that is your pencil, scale, eraser, and while I draw on the board, you will draw with me, because this is a practice session. I am going to teach you how to draw the diagrams technically correct. You know, diagrams have to be learned. They cannot, you have to learn the technique to draw the ray diagrams correctly. So today's class, first of all, I'll pick up the first diagram, and that is, you can see I've written it on the board, image of a point object formed by a plane mirror. Now I'm going to teach you the steps, and you will follow the steps one by one. You will not stray away, okay? The first step in this diagram is you will count 5 lines in your notebook up and draw a line in the center. 5 lines up, leave the 5 lines up, leave 5 lines down and draw a line in the center. This line represents the plane mirror. I will polish it. You can see, children, I am polishing this mirror from one side. Okay, and I name this mirror as M dash. Clear? So this is a polished plane mirror. This is a representation of a polished plane mirror. And you will take the point object on the side opposite to the polished surface. You can see this is the polished surface below. So you will take the point object towards the reflecting surface, which is opposite to the polished surface. This is very, very important, children. You cannot take the object this side, because this is a polished surface. You have to keep the object towards the reflecting surface. I will count, I will put a dot over here and I label it as O. That is my point object. This is a dot. You can see this is a point object O, and I have measured this distance. This distance approximately you can keep it as 5 centimeters or 6 centimeters, and you will put a dot, right? Now you will draw a dotted line from this particular dot downwards. Okay, a straight line, pull. And measure the same distance. Suppose if this distance is 5 centimeters, you will measure the same distance below and put a dot over here. And this is O dash. This is tentatively where your image should be formed. Because you remember, children, I told you, in a plane mirror, the object distance is equal to the image distance. So that is why, if I have taken the object 5 centimeters above, the image should be 5 centimeters below the plane mirror, right? The second step, you will take 2 slanting rays. Can you see, you will use your scale, children. You will use your scale to draw. You will take your scale and draw 2 slanting rays from the object striking the plane mirror. Can you see, I have taken 2 slanting rays striking the plane mirror. Okay. After this, the next step is, you can see that the rays are striking at this point and this point. Now from this particular point, you will pull back. You will pull back the 2 rays so that they meet at O dash. You can see I am drawing it. You will follow my instructions. You will pull back these rays so that they meet at O dash. Right? Now, finally what you will do, you will keep your scale on this dotted line and you will pull back the dotted line straight upwards with the arrow. Similarly, this dotted line has to be pulled back straight upwards. Right, children? So, what are these, children, which I have pulled back? These are the reflected rays. These are the reflected rays of light, and you can see these rays which I drew slanting are the incident rays. These are the incident rays. Fine, children? So, these 2 are the incident rays, these 2 are the reflected rays, and where am I going to station my eye? As an observer, my eye will be here, because I am going to see this image which is formed. Here the eye is going to be drawn here so that to observe the image formed. Okay, children, so this is the complete diagram. If you want, are meeting. So you can draw a dotted line right in the center. This will represent normal 1, and where the second incident ray and reflected ray meet, in the center you can draw normal 2. So I have drawn two normals, and as you know, angle of incidence should be equal to angle of reflection according to law of reflection. Similarly over here also, angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. I hope you have understood this diagram. Very quickly we revise the steps. Okay, just have a look at your diagram which you have drawn and simultaneously listen to what I have to say. First point, you will first leave 5 lines from the top, draw a line in the center representing the mirror, polish it, and after that what you will do is you will take your scale and measure 5 centimeters and put a dot for the point object. After that you draw a dotted line and go down 5 centimeters and mark the image as O dash. After that, take 2 slanting rays of light which are known as the incident rays to fall on the mirror, right? And what you do is you pull, where they strike, from there you pull back both the rays in dotted so as to meet at O dash. Clear? After that you use your scale and pull the first dotted line back and the second dotted line back so as to form the reflected rays. Understood, children? And then where your first incident ray and first reflected ray are formed as a V, draw a normal 1, and the second incident ray and the second reflected ray you can draw the normal 2. So this way the diagram, now what is this, children? This is your object. Above is kept your object, and remember, what did I tell you? Where is the object placed, children? It is placed on the reflecting side of the mirror, right? And on the polished side, this is your image. Your image is formed the opposite side. So this is your complete diagram for image of a point object formed by a plane mirror. Now let's look at what are the characteristics of the image formed, children. The image formed is virtual, number 1. You can see that's why I've drawn it in dotted. The image is virtual. Okay, do you remember what did I tell you about a virtual image? It is an image which is not formed on the screen. Okay, it is formed behind it. So you can see the image formed behind it. So it is a virtual image. It is an erect image. Of course, it is erect, virtual, of the same size as the object, right? And it is object distance is equal to the image distance. So these are the characteristics of the image form. You can have a look at the diagram. I hope you have drawn it. After this, we go to the second diagram. Now, in the second diagram, children, again we are going to use the plane mirror. Okay, I am erasing this diagram. Again, I am going to use a plane mirror, but this time I am going to use an extended object. I am changing this. It is a diagram representing the image of an extended object. Instead of a point object, now we are going to use an extended object. Now look at how do I go about with the diagram. First of all, I will draw the mirror. Now this time, I am going to draw it this way. I am not going to keep it in other manner. I am going to keep it vertical. This is a vertical mirror. You can see I have polished it from one side. I have labelled it as MM dash. This is my mirror, right? I have placed it in such a manner. If you remember, children, I told you your object has to be taken opposite to the polished surface. You can see the polished surface is this side. So where am I going to keep the object? The opposite side. Right, children? You cannot keep the object here. The object should always be placed towards the reflecting surface, not towards the polished surface. So because it is an extended object, I draw an extended object. It's my wish. I take it as AB. This is my extended object. What is the meaning of the term extended? Extended means that it is not point, but it is a any shaped object which is extended. So this is my extended object, right, children? Now how to go about it? First of all, I take 2 dotted lines from this particular object. I draw 2 dotted lines. Can you see I have drawn these 2 dotted lines? I measure this distance with the help of the scale, and the same distance on the opposite side I will take a dot. Now this A, opposite A, I will get A dash, and again I will measure this distance from the mirror to B, and I put another dot over here which will represent B dash. Correct? First I will measure this distance put a dot, then I measure this distance from the mirror and measure it and put a dot. And then I combine the two. I join the two with the help of a dotted line. So here my image is ready, right? Did you see how did I do? First I measured this, same distance, I put a dot, I measured this, same distance, I put a dot and I combined the two to form the image. Now the next step, I take two rays, I take two slanting rays from A falling on this mirror. See, I have taken two slanting incident rays falling on this mirror. Okay, and similarly from point B also, I take two slanting rays falling on the mirror. Just check out children, two slanting rays from A on the mirror, striking on the mirror, and two slanting rays from B striking the mirror. Clear? Understood? Now again what I do from here, where are they striking the mirror? At these 4 points, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will pull them back so as to meet. First two rays will meet at A dash. You can see children. First two rays I pull back at A dash, and the second two rays I pull back at B dash, like this. See, the first, I'll just make it properly. I'll draw it nicely. I am not using a scale children. You will use a proper scale for the diagram. And I have drawn the dotted lines. Right. After this I use my scale and keep it on the dotted lines one by one and pull them straight. Pull them straight on the other side like this. Children see, I am pulling them back straight. Can you see? All the 4 dotted lines I have pulled. Now these are the reflected rays. Therefore, where am I going to station my eye? My eye is going to be here. This is the observer's eye because I am going to see this image which is formed on the other side of the mirror. Right children? So here is my eye and this is the complete diagram for extended object. Okay, once again quickly we revise the steps. I took the object children here. Remember one thing children, I am giving you simple steps to draw the diagram. These steps will help you to get a very accurate diagram. Okay, we are going in a manner step by step so as to get the correct diagram. First of all, I took the object children. From the object, I drew 2 dotted lines such that I measured this distance and this distance from the mirror and I put A dash and B dash and joined them in dotted. Right? Then I took 2 slanting rays from A, 2 slanting rays from B and took them so as to in dotted so that they meet at A dash and this meets at B dash. After that, I pull them back. These are called pullbacks, straight pullbacks. I call them straight pullbacks. With the help of scale, you pull all the 4 rays back and here is your eye so as to see the image. Right children? And how is the image? The characteristics are the same. Image is virtual, erect, same size, it is laterally inverted, right? And the object distance, you can see the object distance is equal to the image distance. So this is the second diagram of image of an extended object formed by a plane mirror. Right? You can have a look and I hope you have understood how to draw. After this I move to the third diagram, and the third diagram is of lateral inversion. It's going to represent lateral inversion to you children. I'm erasing the heading and I'm putting lateral inversion diagram. Okay, this is a lateral inversion diagram. I also call it a P diagram. I tell you why do I call it a P diagram, First of all, again I am going to take the first step is I am going to draw the mirror and polish it children. The name of the mirror is M dash. You can see one side is polished, the other side is reflecting. Where am I going to take the object? On the reflecting side. Now, I will draw a P children. I am going to draw a P. I also call it a P diagram. It's a lateral inversion diagram. Now you can see I have drawn a P, right? Now I am going to take different points. See, look here, very careful. I am going to take 1 point here, 1 point on the bulge, 1 point here, and 1 point here. So I have taken 4 points. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. And from these 4 points, I am going to draw dotted lines towards the other side. See children, I am drawing dotted lines to the opposite side of the mirror. Can you see I've drawn dotted lines from these 4 points with the help of a scale? Of course, okay. After this, children, I hope you're drawing the diagrams with me, children. You will follow the steps when you draw along with me, okay. Now, once you have drawn this, what you will do, children? You know it. You've already drawn 2 diagrams. You will measure the distances. First, you will measure this distance and you will take the same distance and put a dot. Then you measure this distance, put a dot. Then you measure this distance, put a dot. And finally, you measure the 4th and put a dot. So, one by one, you will measure all the 4 distances and keep on putting dots. And after putting the dots, you will, what are you going to do, children? You are going to combine. You are going to combine all the dots. Right, children? You will combine all the dots so as to form an image of the P, letter P. Can you see, children? I have already joined and drawn the P. So, right? Understood, children? And you can see it is literally inverted. It is literally inverted, right? Now, after this step, what are you going to do? You know it, children. We are going to take 2 slanting rays from the top and 2 slanting rays from the feet of P. 2 rays, incident rays, and similarly 2 incident rays. As we did for the extended object, children, the same steps we are following over here. Okay, so 2 slanting rays up, 2 slanting rays down, and they meet at this particular point here, and these 2 rays will meet at this particular point here. They will meet at this point, and these 2 rays will meet at this point. See, I have joined them. And then we have the straight pullbacks. We pull this, we keep a scale and we pull it back straight. Similarly here too, and this way we pull it, and here also we tend to pull them straight. Use a scale with the children. It should not be crooked. It should be straight. And of course, because these are the reflected rays and they are on this side, so our eye is going to be stationed here, because from here we will be able to see the image of the inverted P, that is the image. So this is your object. This is your object, children. This is your image, and you can see that. Have a look. See, the procedure remains the same, whether it is a point object or an extended object or a laterally inverted image of any alphabet. I have used P. You can use C. You can use D. Any alphabet which shows lateral inversion could be used. I am using the P. It's a simple one. Okay. I draw the object. I choose different points on it. I draw dotted lines. I measure the distances of this particular object and put dots and join the dots and dot it. Then I take 2 rays from the top and 2 rays from the bottom so as to strike the mirror, and then I pull them and let them meet at the head and the tail of the P, and with the help of scale I pull them back as reflected rays. Okay, children, and my eye would be stationed here so as to see the image. What kind of an image is formed? It is virtual. You can see it is dotted. Virtual image is always represented by a dotted line. It is virtual, it is erect, it is laterally inverted, it is of the same size as the object, and the object distance is equal to the image distance. So these are the 3 important diagrams of the plane mirror which I wanted to complete in today's class, children, and I hope you have understood, and you will also follow the steps to draw the diagrams, and you need a lot of practice, children. You cannot just think that within one practice you will be able to understand. No, you have to practice it over and over again 4 to 5 times to draw these diagrams with proper labeling and everything, and then you will be able to understand it how to draw, children. And in the next class, children, I will be recording activities for you based on the chapter light. So I hope that you will practice all the diagrams, and in your doubt session definitely we will have whatever, I will take up all the doubts which you have. Thank you, children.